Elegant venue and restaurant, the City Club, there on top, where many celebrated special occasions. KPLC's Teresa Schmidt has a look back at the building's history.
Believe it or not, I remember when they started building the Calcasieu Marine Tower. It was an exciting time and one you just knew was going to be a new beginning for Lake Charles. The tower was a dream of the Lawton family, built by F. Miller Construction Company. Joe Miller Jr.'s dad was president of the company. So why did the Lawtons build it?
Because they could. I just respected that family and loved that they had a willingness to put that as the star of downtown Lake Charles. However, beginning, it was an official mud pit.
He was a surveyor.
And when you're trying to do surveying with tape and string and stakes, it was the old-fashioned way, but we were able to achieve it through all that mud. I think it turned out pretty perfectly.
Biller says the project was a joint venture between his dad's company and a friend of theirs.
George Miner of Houston, Texas, had his own construction company there. We both built heavy construction type jobs, so we decided to do a joint venture, and these two friends got to do a project together for the first time in their lives.
He says F. Miller provided the labor and the construction, and Minor Dietrich handled the accounting and administration. In 1981, construction cost $40 million. Miller says it would be at least 8 times the cost if built again today. The concrete structures that first went up were the elevator shafts. Joe Sr. had a motto:
make sure the people are pleased when you leave the door or when you hand over the keys.
And Miller says it was great for the area.
I think it was a star-studded show that I was unfortunately missing because I was at college at the time, which I want to say was '83. It put Lake Charles on the map. It secured a lot of businesses coming in. They filled up that business pretty quickly. Had a wonderful restaurant up top and an event place. City Club. Yes.
He says no way did anyone ever imagine this.
If we were maybe a little bit larger city, somebody probably could have come in and taken that over. It's still a sound building. The glass, unfortunately, let everything down. I'd mentioned at one time that that glass was hurricane proof up to a point. 3 hours of over 100-mile-an-hour winds. I'm thinking one snapped and then all of a sudden it turned into popcorn and they all just started popping.
What do you think your dad would say about all this?
He just said old man boss, old school boss, that would have told him, no, here's what you can do with this building, watch. He just had ideas about construction, that he had a foresight that he put into some of the jobs.
Yet he chalks it up to a simple monetary thing.
You know, without a buyer, they were left with no resort. There's always the hope of replacing it with something bigger and better. That corner can provide a huge economic impact for Lake Charles. And let's hope the right investor comes along, and I hope the city entertains inviting those types of people and not letting it become a park with swings.
Another